Hello guys and welcome back to the West Ham Career Mode, and this is the last episode of Season 2. We're going to review the season and everything else and then talk about where we're going to go with this career mode. Anyway, let's get into the review and let's take a look at the final standings in the competitions, starting with the Barclays Premier League, and we came so close to winning it. We were 2 goals away from winning it on goal difference. We were such a close title race. Credit to Man United, they did well. They won 3-1 on the last day. We won 3-1 too, but it wasn't good enough. We make up the Champions League places along with Chelsea and Stoke City. Big surprise there. And Arsenal finished 5th, which is peculiar. Southampton, Sunderland and Derby County are relegated. The Southampton one is quite surprising actually. The Community Shield, of course, we won that, the first piece of silverware of the season. 4-2 on penalties to Chelsea. We then won the FA Cup in really good style, 3-1 against Everton. That was an awesome game. That was our second piece of silverware. We were knocked out of the Capital One Cup very early on against Hull City 2-1. That was a really disappointing game. Yeah, and Hull went on to the semi-finals actually, and Everton won the Capital One Cup, so they don't really have too much to moan about. The European Cup was won. Oh no, that is the pre-season tournament. I believe it is. European International Cup. What is that? Must be a pre-season thing, I think. Yeah, it must be. The European Super Cup was won by Barcelona, 2-1 against Arsenal. There you go, the Champions Cup. We won the Champions Cup, of course, 4-3 in that dramatic game against Bayern Munich. Incredible. Our route to the final, 5-3 against Atletico Madrid, 3-0 against Chelsea, 6-1 against Juventus, 4-3 against Bayern Munich after extra time. So over and all, we won 3 pieces of silverware this season. The FA Cup, FA Community Shield and the Champions League, a really successful season, and finishing 2nd in the Premier League. I definitely think we built on last year's success. Definitely. The Euro League was won by Manchester City, who beat Borussia Dortmund in the final 1-0. And then we had the Confederation Cup, and we're back to the Premier League table. Let's take a look at the other leagues around the world. And let's take a look at the Championship. Aston Villa won the Championship by 20 points. That's hard to see, to be honest. Crystal Palace came 2nd, and one of Bournemouth, Sheffield Wednesday, Brighton or Hull City will join us in the Premier League next season. The Football League won by MK Dons and Coventry City. And Oxford United and Notts County get the automatic promotion places in the Football League. France, Olympique Marseille beat PSG to the title. That's quite a surprise, by 7 points. Bayern Munich won the Bundesliga, no surprise there. Juventus won Serie A, no surprise there either. PSV won the Dutch League. Ajax very far behind actually, really far behind. Wow. And FC Porto won the Portuguese League by 8 goals on goal difference. Zenit won the Russian League. Celtic won the Scottish League, of course. Real Madrid beat Barcelona and Atletico Madrid to the title on goal difference, so with Atletico. Fenerbahce won the Turkey League. LA Galaxy won MLS. And there you go. So that's all the other leagues. Now let's get into the squad report. So we start off with Adrian, 82 rated. He is now. He grew by 1 after that incredible performance against Borussia Dortmund the first time we played him. He kept 18 clean sheets this season in 52 games. Needs to improve. Randolph, grew by 1 too. Played 11 games, kept 4 clean sheets. He was alright. Tete, what an incredible signing he was. 1 goal, 1 assist from the Dutchman. He was absolutely excellent all season, really consistent. Ogbonna, really solid too. Winston Reid, again solid. Not many clean sheets between these 2 guys though, which is a shame. Engels grew by 2. He will definitely be taken over from the Reid and Ogbonna when he reaches 80. And Nasha, we're looking to move him on. Semedo, bought him in January. He did really well, grew by 1. He's a real rock, he is. He's got some really good stats. James Collins leaving us at the end of the season, unfortunately, for Norwich City. He decreased down to 71, which is pretty bad, but he will always be a legend. Dinar Henry, he was on loan at MK Dons and grew by 2. Reece Burke is on loan at Blackburn Rovers, hasn't grown whatsoever. That's quite a shame because he's quite decent actually. Fuka Arthur again had another incredible season. 79 rated he grew to. He had 8 assists and 2 goals, including that world he scored. Oh yeah, Tete scored goal of the season as well. Really nice stats from Fuka Arthur, he's grown really well. Aaron Creswell, of course, back up still. 21 appearances this season, 2 assists, 1 goal, grew to 74. He's pretty solid and he'll probably stay, to be honest. Norviat, another new signing. He grew to 80 rated, 9 assists and 4 goals. He was an absolute rock in that midfield. Really did put in some really good performances for us, and he definitely replaced Alex Song. Kawate was another beast. He was so creative this season. 11 assists. That could be the most of the entire team. He grew to 77 rated. He scored 2 goals, 11 assists. He had an absolutely incredible season. I love Kawate. He's an absolute beast. He's a really good substitute or player to bring on or start at any point. He's so good. He can play anywhere, I think. This guy is a youth academy player who we promoted, but he doesn't look too good, to be honest, the German. 58 rated. Reece Oxford, we recalled him, of course, from Bradford City, and he's grown by 1 since that to 73, and of course he scored that goal on the last day of the season against West Brom. Poirier, we trained him and he grew by 4 to 72. Both of these guys are going to go back out on loan. Oxford because he's still so young and won't be able to get into the team, and Poirier because he's still really low rated but he's got excellent potential, so he needs to go back out on loan and get more game time. Oxlade-Chamberlain, what a signing he was. 14 goals this season, 6 assists. God, he was so good. He is so quick, he is so agile in his movement. It's incredible. He grew by 1 to 81, and I think he's our second top scorer. Yeah, he had an amazing season. I love this guy on the wing. He is that good. We've improved his finishing by 70, solid 70. He was amazing. Serb, now he's grown by 10 this season, and he scored 6 goals and 2 assists. A real debut season for him. And he was 69 rated at the beginning of season 2. He's 79 rated now, but we've trained him all the way through the season by 10. And his finishing is 96. That is incredible, and I really wish he could improve on those physical stats a lot more, like his pace. If he was fast, he'd be excellent, but his attack positioning, his finishing, his ball control, his dribbling are amazing, absolutely amazing. What a player he will be in the future, and he's only 18 years old. He's French, so I definitely think he is the next Dimitri Payet. Martin Samuelson, he never really played at all. 4 games, didn't really do much. Sam Byram grew by 275 through training mainly. 20 appearances, and yeah, he will always remain a really solid backup because he is good. Prophet Williams, still on loan at Shrewsbury Town, grown by 1, sold again next season. Mark Noble had another amazing season. 13 goals and 7 assists, and he grew to 78, and he lifted 3 trophies this season. What a performance from our captain this season. He's been amazing again. He doesn't feel like a 78 rated player, he's more like an 81 or an 82 rated player. He's that good, and his stats are growing. Apart from his mental stats, they're actually decreasing. Hopefully he doesn't go down too soon though. Pedro Obiang, he grew by 1, 6 goals, 5 assists. He had a far better season than we did last season. He definitely had a bigger part to play. 42 appearances. He was really good, he was. Josh Cullen grew by 1, didn't really have many appearances to be honest, because of course our midfield is totally full of players who are really good, and he is still so young, so he is on the loan list again for next season. Victor Moses, he was incredible too. He grew to 77. He scored 10 goals, 9 assists. God, he is so good on FIFA. He really is. He may not be good in real life, but he is on this game. And for the price we got him at, it's an absolute steal. He is such a good backup player, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Really good. Mikel Antonio, 8 goals, 5 assists. Not as good of a season as last season, but he can't really get into the team, of course, because he's far lower rated than Victor Moses and Oxlade-Chamberlain, so he can't get into the team at the minute. But he contributed. Everyone's contributed really well, and he couldn't even make the bench. Oscar Borg grew by 3 at Plymouth Argyle to 64. 3 appearances in the FA Cup is all we can see. He's 19 years old. He'll come back next season, but he'll probably go out on loan again, so he can grow even more. Lanzini, he had an injury hit season, he did, but he still grew to 81, and his physical stats are amazing for a cam. They really are. He's got so much speed on him. He still scored 5 goals and 7 assists, so he's still heavily contributed to this season. Dimitri Payet didn't have as good of a season as last season, of course, but he was still amazing. 12 goals, 8 assists. He influenced 20 goals overall this season. But he is 30, so these stats could be a sign of his age, but his stats are growing technically. They really are. And we scored 3 amazing free kicks at the end of the season. We hadn't scored a free kick for the whole season and the whole series. And then he scores 3 in a row. Absolutely incredible. Really good player. Dimitri Payet, what was it? Batshuayi finally grew by 1 to 81, and he is our top scorer this season with 16 goals and 4 assists. He was sensational. His sprint speed's gone up too. That's really good. Stats going up. I was actually thinking of selling him like early on in the season and bringing in Lacazette, but then he started to score goals, and I said no, we need to keep him. And he scored 16 goals and scored some crucial goals. The Champions League goals, mainly the Champions League goals, because he's got 6 in the Champions League, 9 in the Premier League, and 1 in the FA Cup. So he had an amazing season again. And Valencia, he still scored 12 goals and 6 assists, even though he was a substitute mainly. But I like him more than Batshuayi because he has got much more pace. His acceleration is better, his sprint speed is level at the minute, but he feels a lot faster than Batshuayi, so he is really good. And that's why he scored 12 goals this season, because he is good. Andy Carroll, 4 goals, 1 assist this season, 18 appearances. Didn't get many appearances, to be honest, because I just couldn't be bothered to play him. But he is still one of our best strikers. Maybe I'll sell him because I think we could get some decent money for him actually. Maybe bring in, I don't know, another striker, a younger striker maybe, who's better. We'll have to see. Now this guy was quite a find, I think, at the end of the season. Gordon. He grew by 3 to 59, and the reason I like him so much is because of how fast he is. 84 acceleration, 80 sprint speed, and his finishing is 68, so he's a really decent striker. If he was like 18 years old, I would train him, but he's not. He's 21. He got 2 assists this season in his contribution, so he contributed well. But I actually quite like him. He's quite a decent striker, young striker. But if he was younger, as I said, I would train him and he would stay. But I probably will sell him next season, which is a shame. And Nikita Jelavic somehow managed to grow, even though he only played 1 game all season. But he is joining West Brom at the end of the season, so he'll still be in the Premier League. And that's the end of the squad report. Okay guys, now it's time to give out the awards for this season. A new feature, I think. Giving players Player of the Year, Goal of the Season, stuff like that. So we're also going to give awards for player positions. So who was the best player in their position? So goalie of the season has to be Adrian because he kept the most clean sheets. Fullback of the season, we have 4 fullbacks, and I'm kind of split between Tete and Fuka Arthur, but in my opinion, 8 assists, 2 goals, so he will be my fullback of the season. Centre back of the season, of course, it's quite difficult but I'm going to go with Winston Reid. I think he was the most consistent performer. Centre midfielder of the season. This is quite a difficult one actually. I'm going to go with Norviat because he grew by 2 and he really had a massive influence on the games he played. Right-sided midfielder of the season has to go to Oxlade-Chamberlain because he was so good. Centre midfielder of the season has to go to Mark Noble because he was absolute beast. Left midfielder of the season has to be Victor Moses because he was far better than Mikel Antonio. I know Mikel Antonio couldn't get into the team, but Victor Moses was awesome. Double figures, 9 assists, really good impact. And then centre attacking midfielder of the season, well, it has to be Payet, it can't be Lanzini. If they had equal stats, then I would have to pick either one, but Dimitri Payet was phenomenal again. And striker of the season to finish off has to be Michy Batshuayi because he was our top scorer this season. Right, where do I go next? Squad report, reviews. Player stats. Okay guys, we move into the player stats for the Premier League. The top scorers, top assists, red cards, clean sheets, blah 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 blah. And the top scorer of the Premier League was Lafondre from Cardiff City. I remember he scored quite a few goals against us this season, and he's finished top, and he's won the Golden Boot, and is sharing it with Aubameyang. That's quite incredible, actually. The only person we have in this list is Oxlade-Chamberlain with 10 goals. That's actually interesting. He is our top scorer in the Premier League, and then Mark Noble with 9. Wow, I didn't know that. That's quite incredible actually. Top assists was Diego Costa with 11, and Mark Noble is there for us in 7th with 6, and then we have Norviat with 6 too after him, and then we have Lanzini with 6 again. And do we have any more players? Moses appears there with 5, Kouate appears there with 5, and Oxlade-Chamberlain appears there with 5. Clean sheets. Now, this is where we definitely suffered, but Adrian still came 5th with 9 clean sheets, and Roberto, who plays for Stoke City, has kept 15 clean sheets this season. I actually looked him up, he's quite a good goalie. 81 rated, but he is 31 years old, but he looks like a really good goalie. Yellow cards, Eric Peters got the most yellow cards, and Cathcart got the most red cards with 3. Wow. Okay guys, we move into the transfers, and I want to show you my transfer shortlist at the minute. Raphael Spiegel has grown to 72. That is an improvement of, I believe, 8 at least in a season. That's actually incredible. I think he's a glitch player. He's actually only got 1 month left on his contract, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring him back. I really did make a mistake letting him go. I want to bring him back to replace Randolph as our second choice goalie. And then there's this Roberto guy who's 81 rated. I decided to the shortlist because he looks interesting. Colston, of course. Carl Jenkinson's still there. I don't know why. I'm going to remove him. Vegas, we don't need him. Vermaelen, I'm going to remove also because we don't need him. Rico Henry and Andrew Thompson, 2 young left backs still, and Mende. Alex Song, we don't need him. I'm going to remove him. Gökhan Toure, now he is a very interesting one. West Ham heavily linked with this guy, and may have signed him by this time this video's gone out. I don't actually know, so I think I might bring him in next season. I don't know, but I'm not sure where he'll play. That's the only issue. The thing I could see is maybe giving Antonio maybe to Besiktas as part of the deal, but we'll see about that. Camarasa, he is quite a decent player, but we don't need any more midfielders at the minute. Theo Walcott, another player linked to West Ham. Jack Grealish is a very young player we could bring in. Enkudu, we don't need any more wingers, I don't think. Lacazette, of course, is Lacazette. Benteke, Bonnie, Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson, we could bring him in to replace Andy Carroll maybe. He'd be perfect for our formation, I think. I think he'd be even better than Batshuayi, even though he is lowest rated, but his pace stats are amazing. Or we could bring in Christian Benteke, who is exactly like Andy Carroll, but a little bit better because he's faster and got better finishing than him. Anyway guys, that is the end of the video and the season review, and I'm not sure if there will be a third season or not. I really don't know. I was thinking about actually ending the career mode here 2 seasons and starting the PSG career mode up again for 1 season and seeing what we can do with PSG, trying to win the treble. And then if we do finish that in record time, then we could come back to this career mode and do 1 more season until FIFA 17 comes out, but I don't actually know. So if you see another West Ham video, you'll know season 3 is on, but if you see a PSG career mode video, then you know PSG is the career mode we've been with for 1 season. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed the season and the success we've had, and please leave a like if you did. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any other FIFA content, and I'll see you maybe in the next episode.